So game 5, Lakers lead 3-1. LeBron didn't play well, which is strange. But, you know, he had his bad game in the series. But the series has really, to a large degree, been about Kevin Durant. So the only game in which the Rockets won, he didn't play. And another game in which he didn't play, they played very well and could have won. And so it does feel like KD's success and Houston's success have separated. And he's always been a little bit of a get-a-bucket silo guy. But
no, they haven't separated. They need Kevin Durant to win. They were minus 800 to start the series because of Kevin Durant. So no, they were at home. They should win those games at home.
Brooklyn was a mess.
Honestly, Brooklyn wasn't a mess. Like, he was a toe away from hitting a three-pointer that would have sent him to the finals. It wasn't a mess. People forget that. Like, that Brooklyn team, none of those guys played. Kyrie, Harden was playing at that time, but he was fat Harden at the time. And he wasn't balling at all. He wasn't even scoring at the time. But that wasn't a failure. He went all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals and would have won if he would have stepped back and hit the three ball. That wasn't a failure.
By the way, Houston hasn't worked, despite the fact they had a really good year. The Suns got better when he left. And everybody always blamed Russell Westbrook, and myself included, in the OKC mess. But you look back, and KD had a hand in it too. And I go back to Golden State was actually perfect for him. Golden State, he didn't have to be the soul of the team. He didn't have to be the spiritual or emotional leader. He didn't have to be the tough guy. On some nights, he didn't have to be the big shot guy. It was perfect. And he got kind of, got a little prickly there, and it didn't work and whatever. But, in the NFL, if you left a great organization and you were a star and it was part of a dynasty and you went to a bad team, we'd kind of look at you and go, what are you, crazy? But in the NBA.
This is going to be, mark my words on this, this is going to be a Colin was wrong. And he's going to have to rewind that and bring it all back, that LeBron bullshit. And then he's going to be trading LeBron next year. I'm going to tell you why. They only have to win one game. Just one game is all they have to win. They held court and they won game 4 at home. They're going to come back. If KD plays, if Chicken Legs can get enough nerve and play in game 5, they win that game. It's probably, if he plays, it's only going to be like a 2.5 to 3 point spread. That's a go either way game. Game 6 now is going to be back in Houston. They're going to be 8-point favorites again. 8 to 9 point favorites again. So game 7, anything can happen in game 7. You're probably going to get regular Luke Kennard. You're going to get Luke Kennard going right back to where he's normally supposed to be. You're going to get LeBron. He's 41. He's slow. And let's just say, because I know Austin Reeves is the non-factor. He's a non-factor in this. Let's just say Luka comes back. Luka comes back and what? Slows down the team. He slows it down. He doesn't play any defense. They're scoring nonstop. Instead of them averaging 100, they're averaging 120 a game now. Like that, it sounds like a win, but it don't mean it's a win at all.
There's this, it's just he sees the world differently, and I love him as much as anybody. He's a great player, but it feels like that burner account story. Allegedly, he spends a lot of time on the phone. There was a burner account ripping Houston Rocket teammates, and people are alleging it was KD. I don't know if it's true. It doesn't shock me. It wouldn't be the craziest thing based on the battles he gets on his phone, but it does feel like the Rockets and KD now have separated, whereas LeBron, juxtaposed against that in the Lakers series, has been so valuable without Austin Reeves or Luka. And
they got players though. This is a perfect team for LeBron. He's got Ruiz, has been there forever. He's got Luke Kennard that sits in the corner and shoots threes. He's got a good point guard and Marcus Smart. Cleveland, he had Eric Snow there, kind of just like a regular dude that just holds the ball, dribbles, and passes it around. So, he likes this type of team. This team is perfect for LeBron. He can fucking get his bully ball and try to fucking power his way in to try to get a layup, you know what I mean, and kick out to Luke Kennard sitting in the corner, Rui, spot up shooters. It's perfect, 8 and 8. He wants the ball, but he's cool. He's cool just falling back with LeBron. He's like a Rodman, he doesn't need to get tip ins and loose ball, rebound, tip-in dunks and shit like that. That's cool for him. It's all this shit that, like, hear me out on this. This is setting up perfect for calling is wrong. And when they lose the series, he's going to go in and say everything that's wrong with the Lakers. But he might even try to spin it and be like, you know what? Wait a minute. It's because Austin Reeves came back. And Austin needed the ball. And he didn't let LeBron do his thing. He's going to spin it somehow. It's going to be lame and corny as hell.
You kind of see the gap between the two.
No.
So this series has been a lot about how LeBron has elevated, this roster that has to squeeze all of its resources, get all the juice out of it. And
again, with all of the juice, all of the resources, he played on a team with the Miami Heat that had at one time Ray Allen, Shane Battier, Mike Miller, White Chocolate. It had Kevin Love, Dwayne Wade. But it still wasn't enough for him. I know he had somebody that was a big man that was pretty good at the time. I can't remember who they had. I don't know if it was, I know UD was there. Who was their big man at the time? I don't remember. But that team was stacked. And they were saying it wasn't stacked. Like he needed more help. You got to be fucking kidding me. This is crazy.
This series is also about like Houston and KD have kind of separated. They're better when he doesn't play, which is weird because, again, he had a very good year. Here's Ime Udoka on his availability for Game 5.
Yeah, possibility for sure. I think, you're just looking at the time frame of that specific injury and what it takes. But, I didn't know how bad it was initially, like we said, and then you got that prognosis. But he's doing what he can to get swelling out, mobility back. And just like the knee, we weren't sure when he was going to come back, but he snapped back pretty quickly to be available for Game 2. So it is a true game-to-game, day-to-day thing.
Yeah, I think the Lakers are going to win the series. I don't think there's any question about that.
No, there's a question about that. We'll leave it there. But there is the question about that. Like I said, they have to win one game. They win Game 5 in L.A., and they're going to come back for Game 6, and they'll be 8-point favorites. Yeah, so, no, it's not. They're not out of the woods yet. And then Game 7, anything can happen. So, we'll see. If KD plays, he's going to be changing his tune with this, and he's going to look stupid, 100% stupid. But, Chicken Legs has to play. So we'll see if Chicken Legs has it in him to play. He played 80 games, and then he just fucking did a Kawhi Leonard and stopped playing. So it is what it is. Like, follow, subscribe for more. And let me know in the comments if you think I'm crazy. They have no chance. Just let me know. Let's see what y'all have to think about this.